many ways thought, right, this is the resurgence of Manchester United. However, soon after that, it flopped. They got knocked out of 2 semi-finals at the end of last season. Yes, they managed to qualify for the Champions League, but then they've started again this season in poor form. So now you're wondering whether that was just a little spike. Fernandes came in, a spike of improvement, because, you know, if that's the, you know, where they're at, then, you know, they're not even a mid-table team. I mean, it was an awful performance.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's not always... We always listen to Man United fans, and quite rightly so. They're talking about, we need signings, we need this player, we need that player. You don't need any players to beat Tottenham. You don't need any players to beat Crystal Palace. You don't need any players to beat Brighton over Albion. But you need a team who has an idea of an identity, how to play in possession and out of possession. At the moment, it's just relying on world-class players, which you have in abundance, like last week at Brighton with Rashford when he breaks away and scores that magnificent goal. You need a plan. Against evenly matched sides like Tottenham here, you need a plan. Yes, everyone would want them to go and make signings. Man United fans want them to go and sign the best players in the world. They're not in that market anymore, because that number 10 for Tottenham, if they were in that market, he'd be wearing a Man United shirt. Harry Kane would be at Manchester United if they was in that market anymore. Unfortunately, they're not there. They're not at that table anymore. But they need to get the best out of what they got, and they're not getting the best out of it.
OK, lots more to come on that result, and, of course, build up to Liverpool-Villa as well. 3 down on this Super Sunday, 5, I should say, with 1 more still to come. Incredible weekend. Just look at some of those results. Earlier on, wins for West Ham, Leicester, for Southampton over West Brom, for Arsenal again against Sheffield United, and for Wolves recovering from that defeat to West Ham. Another defeat for Fulham. And yes, we have not made a mistake there. It does say Manchester United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 6. 7:15 kickoff UK time. Villa, Liverpool, the champions, still to come. So Fulham, Sheffield United.
Obviously got off to the worst possible start we could have, but yeah, we felt good before the game. We felt good in the warm-up. Everyone was ready for the fight, and I think the reaction showed that straight away. Getting 2 quick goals. Obviously, the sending off changes the game a bit, but we still have to take our chances. And I think getting the 3rd and the 4th so early in the first half really killed the game. And then it was all about just staying focused, getting no men sent off, no counter attacks, and then taking our chances when they come. And we've done that.
The fact that you had that early blow, but you recovered so quickly, did that show your mindset?
I think so. Like I said, we look good in the warm-up. We look good.
Attention all personnel. The red and amber zones are still active. Remain in place for approximately 60 minutes. Please ensure that you only enter the red zone if you are accredited to do so. Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah, no, we felt really good before the game, and I can't say the worst start, but the way we reacted showed what mindset we was in, and we was ruthless after that.
Goals from you and another assist. Question for you: have you slightly tweaked your position, coming deeper?
I think it's always been part of my game. I think the teams we played, I think Southampton, before the game, we was looking to do that because they played a high line. Today we knew they wanted the fullbacks to press our fullback, so that left space for me to drop and Sonny to run in behind, and thankfully it's working. Obviously Sonny's doing great to finish the chances off, and yeah, so it's always probably been there, but I think we're just taking advantage and being more ruthless when the chances come.
How much did the sending off affect things?
Yeah, I think we was on top of the game anyway. I think we had a foothold in the game, but of course whenever the opposition go down to 10 men, you have to take advantage, and I thought the way we done it so early into the game definitely helped the rest of the game, because even with 10 men they could always score and then put men behind the ball and make it difficult, but the fact that we took our chances really killed the game.
Even the Tannoy can't spoil your day. Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
They certainly did take their chances, and as he said, he had the worst possible start, but at 1-0 they were behind for just over 2 minutes. Try for us and describe Manchester United's defending for that equaliser.
Where the hell do I start here, Steve? I mean, it's just so bad defending. We know they've got a problem in the centre of defence. You're 2 minutes. You've just got a dream start. You've gone ahead. Now, Maguire, where are you heading that first one? Now just head that back to the goalkeeper. He mistimes his jump, gets underneath it. Then he loses his head and he drags Luke Shaw off it. You'll see it.
Start defending like that, and you start creating nervousness around. Goalkeeper's all of a sudden on edge. Your centre-half partner. And as Tim says, 3 mistakes in. I mean, very rare you see that with a Premier League player. Everyone can make a mistake, but 3 in the space of 5 seconds was quite scary.
You've got to be responsible. When you're playing in that position, you have to be responsible. And when it's the game management, Steve. When you've got the lead, you've got a dream start. Fernandes has got the penalty. They go ahead. You need to sit on it. You need to get to the next stage of the game, which is like half an hour. Try and get through that. But to elementary mistakes, architects of their own downfall time and time again. This would have happened last week. Brighton hit the post 5 times. Ollie should have been this week looking at the mistakes and saying, look, we got away with it, guys, but we need to address these problems. It looks like they've done nothing on a training field.
OK, lots more to come back to in a moment after we've got the thoughts of Jose Mourinho, the winning manager.
Jose, great stuff from your side. What was it that they had that brought about Spurs' biggest ever win at Old Trafford in any competition?
That's normal. First of all, Man United doesn't lose many matches historically at Old Trafford, and secondly, to lose by 6 of course is not every day. So yeah, historic points at home, one defeat and 1 draw, and we managed to win the 6 points away that keep us in a good position in the table.
What was the central factor behind that performance for you?
We prepared ourselves very well, tactically, I think also psychologically. The team was ready, so ready that a penalty against 10 men for a long time, which is obviously true, but for me is also for a long time, which is obviously true, but for me is also true that 11 against 11 we were playing extremely well. We were creating
Miller's action.
I didn't watch it. Maybe later I will. But if somebody can cry about VAR decisions, is Tottenham. About VAR is Manchester United for sure. But I don't know. The only thing that I know is that we played extremely well. I told the players, and I repeat and I repeat and I repeat, that a good result here would be to win. And we managed to do that against a fantastic team full of top players.
You brought Dele Alli on. Is he starting to show the things that you want to see from him?
He never stopped showing. I always told that I never had a problem with him. Very polite, very educated, great kid, behaving always well and training always well. If sometimes I want different things from him on the pitch, that's more about his qualities as a player than another thing. And he's a fantastic player, as everybody knows. So he was on the bench in a team and in a squad where it's going to be very difficult to play, because the squad is very, very good. Bergwijn was not here. Lo Celso was in the stands injured. Vinicius was in the stands. Gareth Bale is at home. We have a very good squad. It's going to be difficult for everyone to play, but at the same time, we managed to play a crazy week with 4 matches, and we managed to face all the 4 matches with players of high quality. And
yeah, big contrast in emotions to last season, where he went back to Old Trafford and lost his first Tottenham game. And I just wonder, he's made a good point there, 5 home points dropped, just how important that could be in the bigger picture for Spurs.
Yeah, possibly, but I think he's building something there. It was a poor home performance against Everton. Everton played very well first game of the season, and Tottenham a little bit undercooked. But on evidence of last week as well, they were unlucky to not come away with maximum points against Newcastle, the penalty in the last dying minutes there. But he's building something. I mean, Daniel Levy has brought him to the football club to finish in the top 4, and to perhaps win a trophy. Now, he would fancy his chances now. They're in the quarter-final of the Carabao Cup. They play Stoke in the next round. Looks like they're going to look at a semi-final. Not going to try and get ahead of myself. And then, they're going to qualify through the group in the Europa League, and they've got a real chance of winning that. He's a serial winner. It'd be handy if they won something. It'd be great for the squad, maybe keeping older players like Harry Kane, who wants to pick up silverware. But the important thing, the objective is to finish in a Champions League again. And with the squad of players, what he's building there now, I think they can achieve that. Jose Mourinho has got the best knack in football management, and it's persuading the owners and the money people to spend money. He is brilliant at it. Even Daniel Levy.
Great day for Tottenham. Now, where were we in this extraordinary game? We were at 1-1, weren't we? So Michael's gone to the table to tell us about how Manchester United conceded 2-1.
That's right, Steve. Well, let's look at it from an attacking point of view. It's Son's goal. Harry Kane getting a foul. He's good at this. And then I just want to sort of pick up this bit here and just say from an attacking point of view, we'll look at the defending side in a minute. If you look at Son, he can either go... He's got three options, really. He either goes to his right, but I think that Luke Shaw gets him. He can go straight, but again, I think Bailly probably can make a sliding tackle and get back. Or he does what he does, and he cuts across Bailly. He takes this man out the game because he's going away from him, and he takes that man out the game because he's basically saying, bring me down and get sent off if you want. And that's exactly what he does. Cuts across his man, and it's a brilliant finish in the end. Little dink over De Gea, great goal. From a defending point of view, it's very different. And I'll just run it on slowly because you've got a few different aspects here. One of these two players here, Wan-Bissaka or Maguire, has got to stand on the ball. Tim mentioned it at half-time. Either of them, but it's got to be one. I just run this on a little frame. Now, who's alive to this? If I go back a tiny bit, you've got Harry Kane there. He has spotted this already. You can see he spotted what's going on. You've got this man here, Matic, that he's already pointing, and he can see it. And, of course, you've got Son. Now, if I run it on a little bit further, nobody has stopped that ball. You can see Matic still pointing, and all of a sudden, the opportunity's there. So a couple of small mistakes, brilliant from Harry Kane, brilliant, of course, from Son. We looked at his contribution to the goal, but from Manchester United's point of view, easily avoidable if they do the basics right at the start.
Very interesting. So that made it 2-1. Then, major talking point of the game, red card for Martial and not for Eric Lamela.